Got the count.
This is professional.
What's up, everybody? It's Talkin Motorbikes, and I'm on with ShermDog from CFE Racing. If you guys don't know, like CFE Racing are those lunatics that create a scene at the podium at MotoAmerica races on the East Coast. Um, what's up, ShermDog?
Hey, I'm awesome. How are you? Haven't seen you since Daytona.
I know, dude. I haven't really we talked a little bit since Daytona, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen you guys since you, Chris, and myself had our little chicken wing experiment in the ghetto of Daytona.
An awesome time, I tell you what. I've had chicken wings all over the United States, and by far, that Bethany's was the most amazing wings I've ever had,
Yeah,
ever.
dude.
And you were right. You turned us on to it, and it was amazing. Plus, not to mention the show that we got, the music show.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because the other CFE dude, Chris, he was
Yeah.
like super skeptical. Like he's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Clearly, he doesn't know anything about chicken wings because he's from California. You know, they do
uh,
shit different in California. I'm like, bro, okay. And then afterwards, he's like, okay, I'm ruined for life.
he was, I tell you. Yeah, matter of fact, he said to say hi. He would have been on the podcast. He's got a lot going on. He's actually flying up really early in the morning
Yeah.
to get a ride with us to Pittsburgh. So
Okay.
he has to give
Yeah.
us
I
that
mean,
eye.
obviously, let's talk about some racing stuff. But yeah, I mean, you guys got to go do the CFE thing at Pit Race, right? I mean,
Oh
that's
heck yeah, yeah. We're just stoked for it. I mean, this is like going our 15th year, and
15 years of being super fans.
yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It started out just as like a guy's weekend, and it just kind of grew and um, yeah, I mean it's just been amazing. We made a lot of good friends and you know, back in the day we used to bust a lot of balls, but not so much anymore. Now we just support everybody. Um,
Dude, you guys, I think it's great,
oh, I mean
because you
Ducati
guys,
might get wrecked on a little bit this weekend, just so you know,
I
but
mean, that's what happens every weekend, except for in
yeah,
super sport, right? So,
yeah,
um, with a couple of exceptions here and there, but that's just the normal thing. You know, um, I think I told you this at Daytona, right? I thought you guys were like a race team. Like
you did.
before I started talking to you guys and finding out like what you guys really were about, when I'd see you guys on TV, I just thought you were like some privateer super sport team or something, because you guys looked like factory Yamaha out, with your pit shirts and everything. And,
Yeah,
but I mean, no, you guys are just like super fans,
yeah, yeah. We are.
craziest fans
The crazy.
ever.
No, that's not quite it. So the story behind that is Trig Westby. Back in the day, so Jersey was our home track, and so Trig would always come over and have a beer with us, and just you know stick around, and uh, he used to call. He says, "Hey, you guys are the coolest fucks ever, man." And so I was like, "Oh,
Okay.
dude, there we go." Because they used to call us the Turn Five crew back in the day,
Okay.
and that's how CFE got started. So Trig actually named us, and I guess on TV it's the coolest fans ever or something. But that
Yeah.
um,
Well, you got to be PC on TV, right?
yeah. Woo-hoo. So
Well, it's a good thing this ain't TV, and now we get the real
thank
story, right?
now you got the real story. Yeah, yeah, and it just took off from them. I mean, honestly, these guys are, and
Yeah.
we go to Winter Circle, and they're all standing there like they're at a funeral.
Oh,
No
dude.
one's making any noise. I'm like, I mean, come on. I mean, they go to a baseball game, football game, they all make noise. Here, you think that you're like at a golf club,
Yeah.
So we were like just getting everybody riled up, and I mean, people didn't get us at first for sure. They just thought we were all drunk and just out of control, and um, which may have been a little bit true at the beginning, but because you were a super fan at one time. I remember you talking to Stanboli about that
Yeah,
back in the day.
we a bunch of my friends and I went to World Superbike at Miller, I think in 2009 or something. And yeah, and so, I've been friends with Stamboli for quite a while, obviously, right? So, that year Richard wasn't racing. He was just kind of like supporting one of the teams or whatever. And I can't remember which team he was helping out, but it was 2009. He didn't have shit going on, and so we had the tall boys basically from. We actually started
You're
drinking
professional.
we started drinking at we started drinking at the airport in Long Beach before we left. So basically, from the time we got to the airport in Long Beach till the time we arrived back in Long Beach on Monday, there was never a time where we weren't consuming booze.
We wouldn't know anything about that. I mean,
Yeah, I don't drink anymore. I'm like,
well, I know you don't.
I'm practically a fucking Mormon over here, dude. Like, right?
Well, you have to be.
I mean,
hit those on the noggin.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, I just can't do the drinking thing anymore, but I still hang out. And the only difference is, I still talk trash and all that. The only difference is now I remember the crap that comes out of my mouth, which is, I don't know. It's either, I'm not everybody's flavor of Kool-Aid, you know what I mean? So I get it.
Obviously, either are we. But you know what? You got to live your life. You got to have fun.
Yeah.
And, listen, when we were, like I said, we were in Daytona and we were checking out all the trucks with all the sound systems and, everything rocking the streets. I mean, yeah, you didn't have to drink. I mean, it was a blast.
Yeah, dude.
You know what
I mean, that scene at in the ghetto of Daytona was the best part of Daytona to me. Like I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, like a crazy sound off. I've tried I've tried to describe it, and I know I'm not doing it any justice.
No. Well, I have lots of video of it because I was like, some of the sound systems they put in, it's like if you went to a rock concert. I mean, like 40 TVs in the back of some truck.
Yeah, dude.
Of a hydraulics, and the truck's all but lifting off the ground.
Yeah, and the guy that had the speaker row like on the trailer hitch.
On the bumper there, it flipped. Amazing.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool that you guys do what you do. I mean, you guys kind of inspired me to. And I'm saying this because I could see her picture behind you. But last year in Portugal, we were with Jake Gagne with the Superbike team doing the wild card thing, right? And Kayla was doing I think the R3 Cup or whatever. And man, like there was dude. And I don't want to talk too much trash, but I will. Fuck it. The dude was like. The dude's like a Bin Laden. Like this dude was a Bin Laden, like legit. And he comes up and he's, I guess he's a former customer of the shop. The dad of this kid that's racing the R3 Cup. Attack Performance used to build all his engines when he was racing, and so he was kind of a little bit like side talking trash about Kayla. And then all weekend, Kayla just smoked him, like just ruined him. And she was having a little bit of trouble getting down the straights because the kids over there were pretty light. But one of the races, I think the second race, she went and ended up on the box. She was leading the race, a lot of it, and she ended up on the box. So my wife and I, we go to the podium. And we're standing right there in the front row of the podium. And I was like, we got to make a fucking scene. So like, I made quite the scene at the podium there for Kayla. And I lost my voice for like 2 weeks after.
That's lost. I won't be able to talk next week at all. I'll be hoarse the whole time. But I will say, Kayla just lives down the road from me here. 20 minutes. I've followed Kayla since she was young. And I'm probably like her number one fan. Kayla's different, and everyone always argues with me about this. And dude, since we're not so PC different here, I will tell you again, she's going to be I've said it from the beginning. She's going to be the most successful female athlete in the sport. If she can get the right people around her and get the funding and let her get on those bikes, I am telling you, she is born with this. This isn't something that is taught. Yes, she's going to get taught and she's going to learn, but she has a natural ability and in the mind, and she has a race mind and a winner's mind at that age, at her age.
Dude,
Plus,
Yeah.
plus women tend to be more mature, obviously, than guys at that age. But
Dude,
she
she's
just
so
uses her
switched
head.
on. She's so
I'm
switched
telling
on.
you, and I tell her every time I see her, don't forget me when you're a world champion. And people are
Right.
like doubted you all. People have told me everything's on. Well, wait till she has puberty. She's gonna. I'm like, no, this is who she is. This is.
Yeah.
There's something so special about her.
Yeah.
And she listens to people when they tell her things. You know,
Yeah.
she just doesn't blow them off, and she gives everything 100%. Like, and it's really cool to watch that. And yeah, like we're all in her corner, but you know, when she gets in there, like hopefully she gets on the box and she's up top, so I can pick her back up, put her on the shoulders, whatever. Because
I got a couple of comments from Rutledge.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
Hey,
so he's
Rut.
like, Chris. He says the first thing he says is the trash talk is what got us the wings, homie. Which
He's
is
right.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is. He is right.
And then he said, "What soda was it that I was obsessed with in the hood on that wing night?" And it's really funny that he said that. I was about to mention it.
I forgot about that
soda. Dude, I'd never seen this before, but I bought it because you guys, there was like that ghetto liquor store like a couple of doors down from
right. You remember that?
Bethany's,
yeah.
right?
All the bars and we walked.
Yeah, and you guys are browsing the alcoholic beverages or whatever your Four Loko or whatever it was. I'm just talking shit.
Look
yeah,
water. You know.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, oh, I'll just grab a soda. But we were in the ghetto, so I was like, let's get some kind of ghetto soda. And it was Red Pop. That was it. It's just
that's right,
Red Pop.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I don't know, it's pretty shit, but it wasn't that bad. You know, I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of funny. So
we're trying to get sponsored by Captain Morgan. So if anyone's got any
good luck with that, dude.
We'll be the Captain Morgan super fans.
I think it's pretty cool. Like I've seen you guys on MotoAmerica Live Plus. Michael Hill. Michael stole Chris's hat.
Chris's hat.
Yeah, right. Which is hilarious. Yeah. He like took dude's hat and just walked away with it. I was like, wow, okay. But I figured you guys were just whatever like that, so you guys like being part of the show. And then obviously I've heard that is this correct, did Yamaha like helped you guys a little bit, buy you an easy up or something?
So what happened, they didn't buy it. So back in the Chuck Graves days when it was Graves Yamaha, before Attack, so that's where we started with all those guys, and like Keith McCarty. It was the end of a race. I'm gonna say it could have been New Jersey, and they had this big pop-up that they weren't going to use anymore because they had a couple cracks in it, and they said, "Hey, do you guys want to use it?" They had the Attack Performance, they had the Yamaha, and we were using one that Nick had got from his work when he worked for Camp Hill Yamaha. And over the years, it just cracked, and it just got, it was a big red tent. So Yamaha actually gave it to us, and then not only that, but they hauled it to the races for us in the hauler. So when we got to the race, we just went and got it and would bring it in and use it and then bring it back to the hauler. But yeah, wow. I mean, they were always good to us. I mean, obviously we've always supported the Yamaha, and that's where it started. And I mean, Chuck and everybody was just amazing. I mean, that whole team back in it was back in even with Tommy Aquino when he was racing.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that Chuck ran Yamaha's Super Sport program, and he didn't really do the super bike thing. I think he just kind of had Graves pipes on the super bikes, right?
Nick would know more about that than I do.
Yeah.
Nick was really in with those guys. I mean, Nick and Chris more than I was. Because Chris, Tim, and Nick were all kind of together, and I kind of came in later.
Yeah.
Because actually, I was following back then. I was actually following Roger when he was with Attack Kawasaki.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Jamie Hacking was his stablemate there.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the time I was riding a Kawasaki, and then
so that must have been.
You can't ride with us anymore.
I think that's 09. Yeah. So that weekend, I think at Miller when we were there, I don't think Richard had. I think they had one race or something, and he was done because it was all World Superbike and World Super Sport that weekend, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember Melissa did a wild card in World Super Sport that weekend, so that was fun.
Oh my God, I went back through all my old, like all these old posters I got from '09, and I mean, people that aren't even around anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
I'm looking. I have a whole stack, and you know, but like I said, these guys are the most amazing guys. If you just get to come up when you're at the race and just talk to us, come to a tent and have a beer. We're known for Nick's mega cooler. You know, no one ever turns down a beer. You know.
You're saying the old posters, and I just looked over my shoulder and saw a Vincent Haskovic poster.
Oh my God!
Right, and it was like Vinny had been injured and was paralyzed at Sears Point or whatever they call it, and they did like a charity thing for him or whatever, and you donate, and then you get an autographed poster. And so a bunch of us did that. And then I'm up here. I've got a picture from a TrackDaz event, because I run the TrackDaz program. TrackDaz event in 2000, and it's got Eric Bostrom in the picture. Like,
no kidding, really?
with my OG TrackDaz crew. It's really funny. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I got to pull some out to take with because I had Melissa Paris when she first started. She
was
on the M4 back then. So Suzuki.
Melissa Paris?
Back then. When Melissa Paris. Yes.
Yeah, well, she
see, no one remembers that name.
Well, I know
the
her name. I've known her. Yeah. I'm not going to share my Melissa story on the show, but
you did with her, I think. So
I may have. I think
I'm
she did.
Sure
I think she shared it, but
she did.
Yeah, we kind of go way back, dude. It's like 20. Like, I've known Melissa. I've been friends with Melissa for like 20 years. Like, how weird is that?
That's cool, though. I mean,
yeah.
cool.
I mean, Stanboli too.
Joshua's come along.
Yeah. Yep. And it's weird being this old guy now. Like, and I'm not even that old. I'm not even 50 yet. So
how are you old? You're like riding like 300 miles a day on that bike.
No,
like 1,000 miles or something like that.
I'm getting ready to. Yeah, I did like 40 today. Like,
Yeah, 40. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm doing that.
I get to about 5, and I'd be like, but now I'm 58 too. But that's
well, you can't, you can't just do that. You can't just get on a bicycle and go, yeah, I'm gonna go ride for 3, 4 hours, 8 hours, right? You just can't just do that.
No, because after about the first 20 minutes, your legs are so hard as a rock. When you put them down, you fall over because you can't.
Yeah, I think my first bicycle ride, when I started road biking in 2009, I think was like 10 or 12 miles, something like that, and I thought I was gonna freaking die. But now, 2-3 hours, like 2 hours, like standard deal, right? So
yeah.
And I, last Friday I did an 8-hour ride, which is insane.
I'm tired just listening to it.
Yeah, it was like 100 and it's like 109 miles with like 9,400 feet of climbing or something crazy. So
that's crazy, dude.
But yeah, so you guys, so let's let me check comments. Oh shit, there's some more comments. So yeah, like, okay, so Chris is saying about predictions for this weekend. Anyone want to make a bet, which is really fun because we've got a few rounds left. And at Daytona, Chris had a bet with AttackYamaha's Will Morton. And
oh yes,
I mean, we got to talk. I mean, Rutledge talked about bets, so I got to bring up the Will Morton bet, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, Rut. I actually have it on video, so I can replay it and see what it said. But there's something about the beard. Something about his beard.
Well, there's something about a beard, and there's also like a championship implication as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't there like something like I don't recall the exact details, and Rutledge might comment on this, but I think if Jake wins the championship, Will has to go swimming in the pool at Jersey.
Pool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he just said the pool, and I was like, there's a pool at Jersey, and they're like, you don't know about the pool? Like, I've been there, and I don't know what the fuck that is, because
it's a CFE pool.
Yeah, like we didn't.
Right when you come over the bridge on the left, that big retaining pond.
Oh no, he's gonna swim in that.
That's what they swam in when they lost to Bobier. those three jumped in, and I tell you what, you want to talk about a smell.
Oh, dude.
We had to hose them off. We couldn't even let them in the van. It was
oh, dude. Yeah, he says the NJMP swamp. Dude. And Will, you got to give him props because he's like a full goer, right? He's like, yeah, I'm in. He didn't even flinch, right? Like he didn't even flinch. He was just like, I'm in.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. At some point, I think he owed him a keg by that point.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. But we always have bets amongst ourselves too.
Yeah.
And some are So I don't know what bet we're gonna do this weekend, but it's always a good one where you lose, then you gotta do something stupid and embarrassing. So we'll have to figure something good out for this weekend.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about this weekend. Yeah, I mean, Chris is saying that that he thinks. Let's see. Those wheelies are like Stefano Mesa's. You're not old. Those wheelies. Oh, is he talking about my wheelies?
Yeah, didn't you see you posted it?
Oh, dude, I posted a wheelie. That wasn't even me, dude. That was Chili.
No, it wasn't. Because I remember watching that guy get off your bike, and you're like, "How'd you like that?" And he's like, "Oh my god, he just did a 2-up with you."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I post a lot of shit on social media, like whatever. But yeah, I'm a goon. Okay, like whatever. Like I'm a goon. I've been known.
That's why I love you.
I'm the guy.
You're just you. You don't have to conform to anybody. You're just
yeah,
you.
Dude.
You do your thing.
When I was club racing at CVMA, the race director Jay Tanner pulled me aside after qualifying and was like, "Really, dude? You're doing big wheelies like that during qualifying?" And I'm like, "That's just my line, bro." Like, yeah. So I'm an idiot. Like, whatever. But yeah, like let's talk about the wheelies. Let's talk about the predictions for the weekend, right? Like, there's a bunch of classes this weekend. Obviously, I'll start with BTR. I think it's going to be pretty difficult for any of those other ladies to do anything with Michaela. I think Michaela's next, dude. The shit that you said about Yakov, dude, I attribute the same shit to Michaela, dude.
I have never met her, but just watching her and how she talks, I say the same thing.
She's so switched on.
Kaylee bike, that is a good track for her. Not saying that she has to be switched on for sure, but I think that she can give her a race here. I really do. I think that.
I don't think so.
I think Kaylee's just been a little
I don't give a shit what track it is. I think Michaela Moore is gonna mop the floor with any of those girls because I think she's on a whole nother level. I mean, most of those BTR girls are like kind of brand new or like kind of.
Yeah, I thought that's what that was supposed to be. I thought they weren't.
Yeah, well, Michaela, she's kind of brand new too, but like her, she's got this gift, this like natural ability.
Right.
Of like full on badassery, and I fucking love it about her. Like I had her on the show like I don't know, like a month ago or so, and I was shocked at how switched on she is. At the same time, like she basically is as fast on the racetrack as she talks. Like,
yeah. But she's pretty humble too,
Oh, totally.
Like, it doesn't seem like it went to her head. It doesn't seem like she's just like the real deal.
Yeah, I'd like to see her. I'd like to see her go up to Junior Cup or Twins Cup or something next season.
See what she can do.
Yeah, I mean, dude, she's like building motorbikes for a living at her dad's shop. Like she's the real deal, man. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I just don't know much about her, but I agree that you're just watching her and seeing her and how she acts, a lot like Kayla, where she really takes coaching and like you said, she's just switched on. It's just something you have. It's not something you can train. It's just a natural gift that you have.
Yeah, Chris is saying that he thinks that she's gonna go to the Twins next season and be top 10. And Twins,
she'll be more top 10.
I bet she'll be top 5, bro. Like, honestly, because I mean, look at it. Depends on who shows up, right? But I think she's a top 5 Twins Cup for sure. I'm calling it. Okay, so so that's BTR. Junior Cup, honestly, I haven't really been following it too much, but there's a
I
few
haven't
kids
either.
this season. There's a few kids in that class. Chris Simcoe from Pin the Gas probably knows more about that. Like he's all about those kids. The Rossi Moore, I think that's
Rossi Moore, and then
yeah.
there's Ella Dreyer, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he knows a lot about those kids. And by the way, we have to give a shout out to Chris Simcoe.
Yeah,
because
the whole freaking show,
awesome.
Simcoe.
Yes, and we're finally going to get to meet him in New Jersey.
Okay,
so it's gonna be New Jersey's gonna be a huge blowout too.
Oh, I bet.
It's the last race. It's our home track. But don't get me wrong, Pittsburgh's gonna be just as much of a blowout. So
yeah, well, Rutledge and his partner in crime, Northwest Jules, who I refer to as Rufio because he looks just like, dude, he looks just like Rufio, right? And like I like talking shit to him because he like doesn't. He's like not.
He's the biggest shit talker. That's what's so funny.
But I talk trash to him because he's doing a motorbike podcast and he doesn't know shit about motorbikes.
It's funny, isn't it? But he's like, oh, that guy's trash.
Yeah.
He's like Valentino Rossi. That guy's trash.
Yeah. Like he says that guy's trash all the time. Shit. He had me talking trash on his show. I was like, yeah, that guy's totally trash.
It starts as a comedy show, and then Chris came in.
Dude, yeah, Chris is definitely the serious one of those two. And Chris is actually super into the sport. And it seems like Jules is trying, but, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, Chris has definitely made that podcast. I mean, I know Jules owns the podcast.
Yeah.
But Chris Simcoe, basically, I think, if I serve my memory right, I thought he and I had a conversation when they first started the podcast, and I said to him, he said that he heard about us and that he really appreciated how we promoted the sport. And I said that that's what we do. We promote the sport and our craft. And I remember telling him, everyone does the same thing. Like they get the big names. I said, go for the little guys. The guys that are just coming up, because they have really interesting stories. Because they're just like everybody else. Just trying to get to the top.
Dude, he had that Horner kid on, or Horner.
Oh yeah, Horner. Yeah, that kid actually stopped me in Daytona.
Oh no shit.
I would have my back. Yeah, Chris and I were walking, and some guy came and like jumped on my back, or just was like tapping me and like spinning me around, and I didn't know who he was at first.
Wow.
And he's like, "Oh, you guys are the CFE guys. Chris talked about you guys."
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I like talking to privateers on this show. We talk to a few. I talk to a lot of club racers actually because
you do.
My deal is talking to club racers because I'm a club racer myself, and I've been on the government side of the club racing where I basically started and ran 2 different race clubs here in Southern California before, and I've raced in all of them. So over the years, I've been racing forever, and currently not racing because I don't want to get hurt while I've trained for so long for this stupid bicycle ride. I can't risk. The risk isn't worth that for me. So, and like, who cares? Like, I'm a club racer. I do this shit for fun. Like, even if I somehow was magically able to throw down some ridiculous lap time, my phone's not going to like call, and ring, nobody's going to call me to like ride their shit. Right. So, but yeah, I love having club racers on because it tells a story about like what these guys do to be able to afford to do this racing thing. Right. And dude, I've had firefighter on, and then all the way to a guy that was like a airplane dealer, like, club racers is such a different group, man. A chef. I had a chef on, dude. I was like, right on. So
he makes food while he's off.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, one of my favorite people I used to hang out with, not a club racer because he was weird, but was Billy Etheridge. I mean, that guy would have me in stitches. That guy, he was the funniest guy in the world.
That guy's a cartoon.
Let's say what, he's really old school. Like he would drink like a fish, just stay out to the titty bar till 4 a.m., come in there, and then clean up the race.
Yeah.
And all these other guys have their personal coaches, and they're drinking their green shakes, and he's overweight, and he gets on the bike, and he's like smokes them. And
Wasn't he like a?
I said, you wanna
Wasn't
have a
he, or
cigarette?"
isn't he like a Dunlop guy or something? Like, wasn't
Yeah,
he
he was
like?
Dunlop test rider. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Mhm.
Yeah. That
He actually
dude.
has a dog named Dunlop.
I've met that dude a couple times, and that dude's like a cartoon. I dig that guy. Yeah.
He'll make you laugh every time.
Yeah.
He's one of the nicest guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was in the
So,
Dominican Republic, actually.
let's see. Rutledge is saying that I should FaceTime with you guys this weekend. Dude,
Yeah, so
I just might, man.
he does want because they're all going to be together.
Okay.
So it'd be a lot easier. They were talking about, and maybe we'll have some race fuel going, and
Oh, okay.
who knows,
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'll call in and say what's up. Maybe we'll do an Instagram live or something, and have some of you
That would
dipshits
be
join
kinda
us.
cool.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, I might be able to do that from the AttackYamaha account.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? We'll be banned.
Oh my god!
AttackYamaha account's been taken down.
I mean, I gotta check with the powers that be and make sure they're cool with it. But I think they would be cool with a fan walk thing with you guys, right? So
yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe we could do something like that. Maybe we do something like that. Chris, I'm down, dude. I'm super down. Okay, so we got BTR. We just talked briefly about Junior Cup because we kind of don't know shit about Junior Cup. Sorry. Twins Cup.
Man,
I mean, Kayla.
That's my pick. I'm Kayla all the way.
Yeah.
I just.
Kayla's gonna throw down on Rocco this weekend, or what?
I think so.
Okay.
I really do.
I know she's not scared of him.
It's a good track for her. No, my God, no. That's a good track for her too.
Well, you said it's like kind of in her backyard, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kayla Yakov, Rocco, and Gus, right? Gus Rodeo.
Yeah, Gus definitely gonna be up there. Yep.
Right. Dominic Doyle. Right.
Yep.
Is that Spanish kid gonna run there, or under the same tent, or was that just a Laguna thing?
I don't know. I don't know if he's running the same. But
yeah. Because he was quick, dude. That kid, I don't remember his name either. That's why I said the Spanish kid. And you knew exactly who the fuck I was talking about.
No, I do.
That kid was a ripper, dude.
He was. He was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I know. I know Rocco. He's good at Pittsburgh too, but I know Kayla really likes that track. I don't know anyone that doesn't like that track. That's such a fun track.
Yeah, I've got a buddy that club races up there. His name is Randy Workman, and he's like a former Marine. I actually think I had him on the show too, maybe.
Oh, he wears the Marine. He has the sergeant stripes and stuff on his leathers.
I don't think I've ever seen Randy's leathers, but
Well, there's a guy that wears Marine leathers. It looks like it's the Marine shirt. It looks like the uniform. And
yeah, I don't think I think he's out of the Corps, right? Like I don't think he's.
No. I think this guy's out, but I think that even when they're out, they're still Marines.
Oh yeah, dude.
His whole leathers looks like the Marine uniform.
Yeah, I don't think that's Randy Workman's leathers. I think he's got some neon and shit on his. But
all right,
I could be wrong.
Walking around with leathers
like
that. That's
I've seen that. I've seen that, but I don't think that's Randy Workman. But he races like a Bryce Prince built R7. So, yeah. So all right. So Twins Cup. Dude, is Rocco gonna do that Super Sport thing again this weekend, or? Do you know? Have you heard?
I haven't heard.
I haven't either, man. It'd be cool to see Rocco again on that. I wouldn't
be surprised. I mean,
I wouldn't either. I know that's kind of where Rocco wants to be, right? Like he wants to be on a team in Super Sport, and his podium interview was a little sus both days, but his riding was legit. I mean,
yeah.
To not ride the thing all year and then to come out and be podium ready first weekend back. I mean, that's pretty impressive, especially considering you got the evil duck, right? Like you've got Xavi Flores just ruining everybody all season except at Brainerd. And then you've got the old man who's legend in himself,
Yeah.
So prediction in super sport. Let's talk about super sport.
Well, not that I want to predict it, but I think Xavi. I mean, obviously we want Josh Hayes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard. I mean, yeah, obviously I'm going to say Josh Hayes.
Yeah.
I'm not a Ducati guy, so.
Yeah, I'm not a Ducati guy either. Even though I am selling, I've got 2 limited edition Xavi Forest replica KYTs in size small.
Yeah.
You know, I have them here. They look way better in person than they do on the internet. But yeah, like I'm a Yamaha guy, dude. Like I want to see, and you know, Josh Hayes. I consider him a good friend too. And dude, I've been rooting for that guy's like a fucking hero of mine, and he's still racing. He's like older than me, dude, and he's still racing.
El Duque is his Nick is his #1 fan of anybody.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, listen, he's got him sitting at his bar at the house. We always say we're gonna go and talk to Josh. So he has
Rutledge
a bar downstairs at his house.
Rutledge says, Hayes, Mesa, Maz. Oh, Mazziato. Of course, you guys are East Coast guys. Of course, you guys got to be friends with Mazziato, right?
Yeah, posh Mazziato. When they used to be this small, we used to put them on our shoulders.
Yeah.
At the winter circle, yeah. But yeah, he actually
Marcus Jackson's commenting. He's a Marine as well. He says Rodney Vest is the Twins Cup rider in the Marines uniform.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marcus. I know I've seen this guy walk around with it, and I was just like, well, I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Thank you for that, because I was like, I couldn't think who it was.
I
see this guy all the time.
And 848 Evo basically is saying that Josh and Xavi are going to split wins this weekend. So that's a maybe. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, is Pittsburgh a Yamaha track or a Ducati track or a horsepower? Like, I don't remember.
So I'll be honest with you. I think it favors the Yamaha a little bit better.
Yeah,
it's real flowy, but it's fast.
Yeah,
and I think what messes up is on that back straightaway coming in the last little carousel turn there. You have the offset there.
Yeah,
they had to put in
the chicane thing. Yeah,
the chicane. Yeah. So that's where all the Ducatis, even Petrucci would get messed up there.
Yeah,
he clipped the back tire on the curbing, or
it just seems like the Ducati just Herrin's got. I gotta say, Herrin. Like it's pretty obvious. I'm not a huge Herrin fan, but dude, that guy has been doing some work this season, man. Like he's some weekends though, like the Ducati, they just can't get it going. Like Brainerd, for instance, like, and same thing with Petrucci and Xavi, and Herrin last year on the Super Sport bike, right? Like the Ducati just was like ass at Brainerd for whatever reason. I don't know why, but yeah, it's I don't know. We'll have to see. So yeah, so that's Super Sport. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Like I'm kind of pulling for the old man, dude.
Oh, I am too. I mean, yeah, we're all Yamaha guys anyway. So,
and if Rocco's there, I want Rocco to be that right there too, man. Because he's the young buck that's like hungry.
Rocco, and then
Xavi.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say
it. And those 750s, whoever's riding him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like I like that Jake Lewis. I like him. Yeah. I kind of want to see him go good. But yeah, I mean, there's that Tyler Scott kid's a ripper. Teague Hobbs is a ripper.
What's going on with him this year? With Tyler, because I mean, did something happen? I mean, because he was always up front.
Like, well, I mean,
he's always fighting.
I don't know. I mean, look, that team is got 1,100 bikes in their, in their pit, right? So
yeah, they got a lot now. Yeah,
I don't know. It's like
the support.
Maybe they are. Maybe it's just everyone. Maybe it's the nanny shit or the balancing or whatever that's made.
Well, he did win Loudon, so at least he got something. So.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about what's going on in that team, but I mean, dude, they do have a lot of bikes in their pit, and then basically everybody in the paddock that's on a 750 had to go through. They're supporting them too, right? So, in some way or the other. So I don't really know.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah,
what?
That's a lot. I said it's got to be taking a toll.
Yeah.
their riders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
For
would
the
imagine
resources.
so. I would imagine so. Yeah, Rutledge says that that Teague Hobbs is the most handsome fellow ever. So I don't know about that, but you say so, buddy.
He's waiting for Teague to hear that. That's why. So
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a joke. Yeah,
All
he
right, so
messed
let's
with
talk
Teague,
about
but-
Superbike. You know, like, do you
I have
think
no doubt.
Superbike? Do you
Gagne.
think Jake Gagne is going to continue doing Jake Gagne shit?
Yes.
Me too. I think
100%.
so.
So he's at what? So he's at, his points are, was he at 264?
Dude, I think he's got enough to where he could basically finish
Could he win
third
the-
every race and still win the title.
Well, I didn't know if he won twice in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Like the second race, and if Heron, who's at 194, does a DNF, would he win the championship? Because he couldn't catch him in one more race.
I don't know.
Two more. There's Coda. Never mind.
Yeah, there's
I forgot
Coda.
about Coda.
Coda's going to be
Yeah.
good for. I think Coda's going to be good for the Ducati and the BMW. I think.
Well, it's going to stretch them out. They're going to be a long run.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that place is. You know, I was running testing remotely for the 2-day test last week, and you know, Heron, I pulled down he was doing like 11s all day, and then he pulled out a miraculous 09. Jake was living in the 10s basically, and did a 10 flat in that same session. So we didn't have sectoring to find out, you know, where Heron was fast in that sector. So I don't know. I mean, we had sector times later, like right after that. So I don't know, but like when one rider is doing
that place.
That's the one thing that Jake still has on just about everybody, is where he can go and just camp out in the time where the other riders can only do like
they're
one
up
or
and
two,
down.
right?
Yeah. He stays consistent. Like
he just goes like record pace and like parks an RV in that, and then just lives there, right?
And I will tell you, one of the nicest, most humblest guys. We've known Jake for years. I mean, back when he wasn't even winning anything, like he was on all the bikes that couldn't win, the Hondas, and when he was with Broasters, and he'd get knocked out. And this guy was so nice. He'd go get Broasters chicken and bring it over to us. Like, it's crazy. Like, who does that? Like, you know, he said, "Hey, you guys want some chicken? You want a couple shirts?" You know.
Oh, wow.
You know, I mean, this guy's humbled enough, and I guarantee you, he would do it today.
Yeah.
It's not. He doesn't change. Like, being a champion doesn't change him. I mean,
well, dude, there's 3 races this weekend. 3 Superbike races this weekend. That's nuts, right? So, you know.
Wait, 3? I have 2.
Yeah, because it's one of those triple header deals, right?
That's right. So we got everything this weekend. So we got baggers.
Do we have baggers? I don't think we have baggers. No, sir. We do not have baggers this weekend.
No. Okay. So
baggers are in Texas.
They're Jersey. And Jersey, I think.
Yeah. So, So we have 3 races. You know, obviously we just talked about Jake Gagne. You know, Cam Beaubier is always a fierce competitor, right? That dude always somehow, like, even though he don't look like it, somehow he pulls out a ridiculous lap time and is able to run the front like pretty quick, right? So
100%. I mean, that guy, I mean, you could put there's no one else who could get on that BMW the way he did and just smoke people.
Yeah. Dude, what about PJ?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that dude.
I'm gonna be honest, but you know, I'm really happy for PJ for sure. But I mean, Cam did get knocked out of the race. I would like to see what happened if he hadn't got knocked out of the race, but it does. It's still a race, and he still won the race. So I am happy for him. I'm really.
Dude, PJ, let's be real, dude. Let's just be real. PJ is one of the few people that beat Jake Gagne heads up. So, I mean, dude, you got to give that dude props, right? I mean, fucking PJ's right there.
Tyler's they're still a new team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically a new team.
Yeah, dude.
Still coming up. And look where they're at already.
Yeah.
As fast as they are.
I mean, I met Michael Kiley at the beginning of the year at our tests. You know, they came out and shared the track with us. It was them and the Westby dudes came out, and M4 came out, right? and you know, like all season long, pretty much until recently, M4 struggled, and it looked like they were going to struggle at that first test. And the BMW guys, you know, they just were working. Like they weren't even, they were like pretty close. They were like a second and a half off of Jake at Buttonwillow, like their first test, you know. So,
That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, they're, you know, obviously Jake's insane. Like the times that he's capable of doing are just ridiculous. But, you know, no stock 1,000 this weekend. That's a bummer. You know,
Yeah.
that series only got what 5 rounds or something. So
Yeah, aren't they trying to get rid of it? I heard.
I don't
Is
know.
that?
I hear up and downs with that shit. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was a rumor flying around, but I definitely have to shout out to Westby because you know those guys, along with Graves, you know, they were the ones that really at the beginning for us were always like in our corner, and
Yeah.
I've always been a Matt fan, Skolsky
Yeah.
fan for
Dude,
ever.
he's the
I mean, that
only
guy,
rider in the paddock
dude,
that's ridden for the same team for damn near a decade.
oh, hang on a second, my battery's running low here.
Your battery's running low?
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm not using my computer. So
Oh, is it
just
not
give me
plugged in? Is the laptop not plugged
probably.
in?
I think it is, but it should be. Hang on one second. Talk for 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I guess while ShermDog gets situated, we'll continue on talking about like I'll talk about what I think for Superbike. I mean, you know, Rutledge is commenting too and about Cam Peterson, and yeah, dude, that is such a bummer. You know, dude, CP45 showed me his X-ray on his hand at Laguna, and the scaphoid bone in his right wrist, it was solid white. Like usually, you know, when you get an X-ray, your bone looks kind of translucent a little bit, right? And dude, CP's scaphoid was solid white, which I guess is indicative that it's dead. And I don't know. I guess during that Laguna weekend, you know, the thing failed on him, and he had to have a pretty dramatic surgery. And you know, I don't know if you saw. Did you see Ethan's post about it, about Campy's wrist? Yeah, I guess the surgery was successful. He's going to get full range of motion back. So, you know, that dude's a fierce competitor, and man, if he's healthy, it's like he's a threat for sure. You know, but for this weekend, we've got JD filling in. So,
oh my god, something special for that.
Do you? You got something special for Jiggy Dog?
We may have a little something special.
Good.
We'll see.
I texted him before the COTA test, and I was like, "Hey, man, like I hear you're the guy." I was like, "You better get that right wrist, your right hand ready to, because I know your home bike don't have a lever on it on the right bar. You know, you better get that brake lever hand ready." And he's like, "I was born ready." You know, so
we're really so excited. I mean,
like, what kind of shit are you gonna
fans of
JD?
Dog.
Yeah,
we can't tell you on here, but you know, we
no.
got some stuff.
But you have something.
I think it'll.
Maybe let's do that on the Instagram live, on the AttackYamaha Instagram live.
Oh, we could. Yeah. It'll definitely.
So, dude, I will tell you this, dude. JD was quick at COTA. Like he actually, you know, Josh Hayes rode the thing for a little bit, and then you know got a bunch of laps for the first day, and then JD rode it quite a bit the second half the first day when it was already hot. And by the end of day 2, dude, JD was faster than Hayes on the Superbike. That's like inside baseball shit, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Well, I mean, he's another one, just pure talent too, JD. I mean, boy, I tell you, I remember his first Superbike win. Yeah, you got that first Superbike win.
Yeah, dude, that was the win when Gerloff cried on the podium.
Yes. Well, then when he wouldn't talk, he walked off.
Dude, he cried on the podium.
I lifted him. Yeah. And we were like, yeah. And you know who came? He was so excited. But this is so different. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. I'll never forget that day.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, I won't either, man. Like that was you know, that was the attack. That was the attack Yamaha, like legit. You know,
Yeah.
barely supported by Yamaha effort. You know, mostly out of Richard's shop. And man,
Yep.
you know, that was back when Richard acid bathed the frames. You know, make them look silver, get the
Is
black
that
off
how?
the
What do you?
frames. Yeah, dude.
Oh wow. Okay. I didn't
Yep.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our thing is, I haven't said something to the boys yet, but I'm like, you know what? If not if when Gagne wins, you gotta let us pick him up instead of him.
Oh, is that right?
Well, wasn't with us around. You know, we gotta be able to pick him up. So
I say good luck with
since
that.
you're our contact,
dude.
maybe
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna wish you good luck with that.
Wasn't he like special forces or something?
Dude,
like
he was Richard was an Army Ranger officer, and you know, he's you know, jumping out of airplanes and shit for a living for a little bit.
Well, I also work with an Army Ranger officer, retired guy too. So I'll have to get him in his mind about how those guys think. We have to do a sneak attack.
But Richard's kind of different though, because dude, he's got that engineering mind too. So like, he's not only like a big, scary physical dude that could probably kill you 8 million different ways, but then he's also like super engineering heavy. So he'd figure out a way to build something to hide it. Right?
Over there, because I need a little tune on that thing.
There you go. I say good luck with that. Richard probably be okay with picking one of you guys up and body slamming you again, but like I don't know. He might be a good sport and have you guys do it.
See, listen to us, because if it's something that, you know, because back in the day,
don't say I said anything, because I'm like, dude. First of all, I never said it was okay. I'm just saying it right now. I did not say it was okay, and I'm saying I wish you guys the best of luck with that attempt. But you know what? Like I said, you know, Richard, he's a character, and if he's in a good mood, man, like you might catch him.
Well, in the championship, how good mood could you be in?
Well, I mean, clearly that's not enough for him, because he's got 3 of them. I've got 3 number 1 plates right there somewhere behind all that shit. But, you know, he's got 1 with Bobier, 2 with Jake currently, and looks like Jake's on his way to a 3rd. So, championships for Richard are not enough. I think he really just wants to beat everybody. Like, I don't know, you know. And having the BMW there with Cam Bobier on, it's really motivated him this season. Like, I haven't seen him in a while. So, it's pretty cool.
That's an Army now,
dude. He's like wants to take on the biggest and the best and the baddest. You know, that's what he wants. So,
well, that's how you get right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Superbike, man. Like, what about some of the other guys? You know, like, I mean, obviously, we talked about all the big names, right? You know, we talked about Heron. So, somebody's asking, how old is Richard? You know what? That's old enough. He's in that. He's close to AARP range.
Yeah,
just gonna leave it at that.
Oh, so I'm older than he is. Okay, Jesus, there.
He might be older.
I'll
than
tell you
one
guy we never talk about. You know, the one guy that we've always also really loved is Max Flinders. That guy is an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And I wish the heck that one day, before this all ends, is gonna race, because, you know, if he just could get a bike, they could actually get him up there, because he is like, he's this crowd favorite. He never turns down anybody that talks to him.
No,
he's
dude.
Always smiling.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Flinders is like the epitome of privateer effort, and I fucking love that guy, dude. He goes out, he's like, he's got like an old Ryder truck that he hauls his bikes and shit in. Like, it's just him and his dad.
Molly, I think, gave him one now. They gave him a box truck.
Oh, yeah? Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. I think Liquid Molly gave him a bigger box truck now.
Okay.
But yeah, they used to have that old yellow Ryder truck.
Yeah.
yeah, hauls around and
you know, like if you watch too, you look at his bike. I mean, he's like gradually been kind of upgrading it a little bit. I think he's got wheels and stuff. He might even have a Suter swing arm on that thing. So, I mean, he's definitely.
But you notice he's also going up in the standings a little bit too.
Well, he's putting in the effort. You know, he kind of started out with the R1 Superbike, kind of like the way Kyle Wyman did, right? Where it's sort of like it's more of a stock 1,000 bike than it is a super bike, but he's racing Superbike anyway because he's like, fuck it, I want to be in Superbike. And I really respect that, dude, you know? So,
yeah, he's amazing. I had dinner with him in Daytona. We went up to dinner and I got to talk to him even more, you know, off the track. And his story is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And
maybe I'll reach out to him and see if I can have him on the show. You know, that'd be cool.
Oh, dude, that's somebody you definitely want on the show. Yeah. He's so much fun. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever. I mean, he crashed out at Daytona on the
bagger
106. Remember? He told me he went through the thing and here's the wall and he dumped it and he's like, yeah, he's limping back, but he's all in good spirits. He's not even like, he's not all you know swearing and all angry. I mean, he is a little upset, but he's like, yeah, you know, it was the wall or the ground.
Yeah,
or the hay bales. What do you say?
Well, I mean, not everybody can do the Mazziato wall hop, right?
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, that's like a special. That's a special kind of dum dum to be able to pull that shit off, right? Like, man, you know, it's funny. I met Mazziato. I think I met Mazziato in like 14 or 15 when I was working. That was like the first weekend working for the Yamaha school. So we were at Jersey, and he was Mazziato was one of those kids. There was this guy. There was this big like. I don't know. He was like this big, larger than life character that sponsored a bunch of people out of the Jersey area. I think he was like a Tony Soprano kind of personality. And yeah, I think he was in the trash business. That's why I said the Tony Soprano thing. But like the guy, right? Was. Yeah. So the guy kind of was a sponsor to Mazziato and a bunch of kids. But dude, Mazziato was, dude, he looked like he was just a little kid. He was like 15, big old glasses, looked like Buddy Holly, right? And, you know, now he looks pretty square, but dude, when he was doing that wall hop shit, man, he was looking hard, dude. Like long hair, tattoos and shit. It was like, wow, bro. Like you're not even the same dude. So, a bobblehead.
No.
Bobblehead? Yeah.
Bobblehead.
Bobblehead. Yeah, I don't know who that guy. I can't remember what that guy's name was.
But... Emerson Ayamaya.
Who?
Bob. Emerson.
Bobblehead Moto. I don't know. Like all his bikes were like Yamaha blue with like neon yellow on them. You know, it was a big, larger than life character. Yeah, I can't remember what his name was, but Emerson,
I mean, Bobblehead was Emerson Ayamaya. That's who had it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Bobblehead, dude. It wasn't Bobblehead. It was this big, like, you know, garbage man, mafia looking dude, like larger than life guy, though. Like,
well, on the East Coast, you gotta say refuse because you know.
Oh,
man, you know, I mean, you might show up and be like, hey, where's corn?
Yeah, well, like I said, dude, I'm a West Coast guy, dude. I just watched The Sopranos when it was out, so I was like, okay, right.
Hey, this is the East Coast. You could disappear for the disrespect, you know.
Well, you know, there's a lot of desert out here too, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Cement on the East Coast.
Right. Yeah. Well, we got a lot of desert. I mean, you saw that, right? Like, was it Lake Mead when it started? The desert started drying out Lake Mead, right? And then bodies started popping out of the Lake Mead. So.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Because you know, like Vegas is like total. Vegas total like mob town, right? I'm sure there's dead bodies buried in the desert everywhere out there, right? So.
Well, they used to say they dug holes out there back in the day.
Yeah. You know, like the Casino, right?
Yeah.
Like the movie Casino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. So Superbike. So we have 3 races this weekend. Like, do you think Jake's gonna win all of them, or I think Jake's going to be on the box all 3 races for sure. You know.
Oh, I think so too. I'll be honest with you. If Matt and they can get that bike going, I mean, he's always usually on the box. I'm not saying necessarily a win.
They've had a ride this year, right? Like, man, what the fuck's happened with them, dude? At Laguna, I was talking to Matt, and he was like, dude, my bike didn't know where it was. Like, he was going up toward the corkscrew, and the bike thought it was in turn 1. You know, like, just electronic nanny shit's all weird. Oh, you got the fire department hat. Yeah, I made that.
This is what happened.
I sent you that, right? Did I send you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, I think you gave it to me at Daytona.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But this was the omen that started the season, remember?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the battery explosion in testing. Yeah. They've had a hell of a season, man.
Fire department. Yeah. It didn't start out good. And but yeah, I remember him saying that the bike got confused of where it was.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. So just giving you the heads up, we're about an hour in. So just giving you a heads up because you said that you'd been up for like 20 hours. Like, what do you do for a living?
I have. Well, I'm a gynecologist, so it's been a really rough day.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
You're an amateur gynecologist, right? Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah, so I used to work for UPS for about 13 years. I drive truck for them.
Okay.
And they have a package side and a freight side, and I was on the freight side. And they sold the freight side off about 2 years ago to a Canadian company. So now it's called T-Force Freight. So I'm there. I'm going to transfer it over to package, but there was a deal where we weren't allowed to switch for 2 years. They'd have no drivers. So, but now I've been there for so long, you know, it's not worth switching back.
Yeah.
So I just don't have to wear brown uniforms anymore. So yeah.
Well, you'd look like CHP, right? California Highway Patrol, right?
Yeah. Well, I get accused every time I go somewhere. Are you a cop?
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I a cop? Well, I look at everybody, you know.
Wow.
But,
you look people in the eyes and they think you're a cop. That's
I do all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah. Well, you kind of know they're up to no good. Yeah. You're like, whatever.
Well, man, you know what? It's been a fun chat, dude. I'm gonna let you go because man, it's been a good time. You know what? Maybe I'll check in with Richard and see if we could do that Instagram live thing with you guys and just have you guys join in.
Yeah, do.
That'd be cool.
It'll be a blast.
Yeah.
I think for.
Yeah.
Should we get everybody on? You know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
It'll be a good time, dude.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. Right on, man.
All right.
Thanks for jumping in, and hopefully we can get the rest of the CFB dipshits on, and so we could have like a whole thing.
Well, they will. That's the thing. And then one more quick thing, because we always like to promote the Air Fence Fund. So,
please.
If anyone can, if they want to donate, they can always. We just need more Air Fence.
You know what? After this video, I'll put on the YouTube. I'll put a link to the Air Fence Fund for you. In the description of the video. So, fair enough?
Yeah.
Right on, dude.
Fair enough. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to the races this weekend, man. I can't wait to see the shit that you guys pull off for JD and all that.
Yeah, it's good. It'll be fun. And then, hopefully we'll do another Daytona and get some more wings.
Yeah, man. We got to go back to Bethany's, right? Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And I'll plug that place. If you guys go to Daytona, go to Bethany's.
Dude, that was our little secret spot, man. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's our secret spot that everybody else knows about,
Well, they'll be looking for Bethany wings and they'll never find it anymore.
Oh, 100%. 100%. All right, dude. Well, good chatting you up, man. All right.